Bum 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 bum. The Peter Dislike Show. Bum 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 bum. All right, so I'm getting ready to go to the airport and visit a very special person in the Houston area. I'll be recording a lot of videos when I go there, hopefully. But I need you guys to continue to pray for some kind of a breakthrough miracle of some sort. And so far, I'm recording this just before Valentine's Day of 2025. These last couple of months have been a mixed blessing for me. I've had multiple serious dates. I've had important, heartfelt connections with a lot of people, both romantically and otherwise. And I've learned a lot of social skills on top of that too. But there's a little bit of a dilemma here. You see, I part of my New Year's resolution was to go out and network more with people, and so I've been eating out considerably more. Now, something interesting happens. I used to have a lot of anxiety about eating out. I have to ask questions because I have dietary restrictions. I feel so much at ease about doing that nowadays. You see, 3 4 months ago, eating out was I would think about how to ask these questions. Nowadays it's almost like I was asking somebody the directions or asking uh any your everyday questions, right? It doesn't feel like a very apprehensive ask anymore. It also doesn't feel like I'm oversharing it. I used to be very apprehensive about telling people around me about my food allergies. I felt embarrassed about it. I felt like I was disclosing medical details. I don't feel that way anymore. It's almost like disclosing your gender identity or disclosing other information that you might not feel ashamed about, right? Almost like telling people what you do for a living. Talking about my allergies doesn't feel so bad anymore, and so that's good. But unfortunately, eating out doesn't come for cheap, right? And on top of that, I got two really good long distance relationships. I hope to visit them again. So right now, Houston, and also I wouldn't say that it's a romantic relationship, but I did hit it big with a girl when I was in Taiwan. I do plan to visit her at least one more time this year. I'm hoping to do it when there's something else going on in Taiwan. I've got other networks of people in Taiwan that I hope to visit. Not to mention my grandmother on my mother's side. She's still alive. I think she's 95 years old. So I do plan to visit her at some point too. And then obviously, as you guys know, people laugh at me for this, but I still like to offer rewards for people to set me up on blind dates. I find the reward really gets it going. If I just randomly ask somebody, "Do you know anybody who's single?" Everybody will tell me that all of the female people they know in their lives are paired up. All of a sudden, if there's a reward, it changes the dynamics a lot. I think people are just, I don't know. Most people have so much going on in their lives. And uh, depending on the person involved, I've learned to kind of tailor the reward depending on the person involved. So, for example, I had my friend from the church. He's just getting into investments and all that, and I gave him, among other things, a 1 kilogram silver bar. Now, some people are financially okay, and all it takes is a piece of art that they've never seen before, and they'll do it, right? I had and this one will probably get me in trouble with the college, but I had one of my colleagues, his older students, was struggling, and I noticed she was copying textbooks from other people, and so I offered to buy her one of the textbooks if she would set me up on a blind date, and she did. And I bought her a $135 textbook, but don't tell the college that because I might get in trouble for that. And now, do all of these dates end up anywhere? No, but all of them do two things. Number one, I learn a lot from every one of them, and number two, they reinforce the idea that I'm no longer starving for a date. And so when I go on the dates, I actually do something. They they go so much better. Now here's the problem, though. The all of these things cost a lot of money, And when I looked, I am ashamed to say that I haven't been really accumulating very much for the last 3 4 months. Right, I used to build a healthy bank balance every month and accumulate stack a lot of precious metals, and regularly put something in my 401k or Roth IRA. But ever since all of the long distance relationships, the rewards for setting me up on the blind dates, and the going out more, all of that has come to a standstill. In 2025, it might be the first year that I run a budget deficit ever in my life. And I'm kind of ashamed to say that. And so I need you guys to pray that I come up with some kind of a breakthrough, because I love all of these, all three of these programs. I really love all of them. And so unfortunately, I'm at a standstill with things, right? And so please pray for me by leaving a dislike on this video. Let's see, what all have I given up in rewards so far? That textbook, altogether, I've given away 80, 90 ounces of silver, a few 100 pounds of bismuth, some tin as well, and a small platinum coin. And so I love it, though. All these rewards have meant a lot of things to everybody involved, right? And but but at the same time, I'm also getting a lot of experience with all of these dates, right? But at the same time, my first balanced budget in a long, I usually run huge surpluses. These last few months, I've only had a balanced flat budget, and this whole year, I might have a deficit altogether. All right, please pray for me by leaving a dislike on this video. This is the Peter Dislike Show. Bum 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 bum. The Peter Dislike Show. Bum 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 bum. Bum 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 bum. The Peter Dislike Show. Bum 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 bum.